Hello and welcome to Local to Global 2004 episode 8. We're back with Emerald Pro Wrestling, and you might notice, hey, we're not on the right date. So our next show is Showdown in Seattle. We're not on the date because this news came up that Pro Wrestling Iron is going out of business. Pro Wrestling Iron have 22 popularity in the Southwest. They also have 8 in the Mid-South, which I believe is higher than us as well. Yeah. They are slightly more popular than us. Like very slightly, but massively in the Southwest. I think we buy them. Then we're only 3 popularity points away from getting a TV deal. We are also then we're going to make more money because we'll have higher popularity even just on the merchandise. So at the moment our size in the Southwest is 5, so we're going to go up by 17, which means that if we look at the merchandise, we are going to be making 5 per popularity point. So 5 times 17 is 50 plus 30, $85 extra a month just on popularity, which at the moment our merchandise is 711. So we're going to go up to like 800 purely by doing this. And also we've added, so first of all, I've swapped Proving Ground and Snowstorm round. So Proving Ground will now happen in December and Snowstorm will happen in January, just because I think it will be better to have a month in between sort of like the big battle royal and then the match for the winner of the battle royal. I think it just works a little bit better. And we have also added EMPW Lightning, which is going to be a monthly show. And I'm thinking we buy this company. We then have EMPW Lightning happen in the Southwest. The popularity is like 4 or 5 higher, so we're going to be making more money per show, hopefully. Yeah, we will be like 50 grand in debt, but I'm not really too worried about that, because if you look at the thing for bankruptcy, is like you have to be losing money. Bankruptcy will happen if a company is in debt. The amount of debt is not relevant. All that matters is how many months has a negative bank balance. All companies get a grace period of 3 years from when they first open. So we are 2 years. Can we claw that back? Oh, is that risky? I would be like, I'll leave it and we'll talk about it. Talk about it in the comments, but it says in the news article that they're likely to close by the end of the month. And yeah, they're like 44,000 in debt. They don't really have anyone I'd want to bring in, like Nigel McGuinness probably, but that would maybe be about it. Everyone else is kind of too expensive. Maybe El Hijo del Chupacabra and maybe Kryptonite. I feel like this is maybe like a really dumb move, but I also really want to buy a company. How long have they been? They've been in the negatives for ages, and we're at least making money. You know, this could mess up the whole series, but I'm gonna do it. I think it's fun. We can attempt to take over. They've agreed. We're going to pillage them. So we're just going to take Nigel McGuinness. We will also take Kryptonite and El Hijo de Chupacabra. What are their contracts actually? 20 per show. Lovely. 20 per show. And 40 per show. That's fine. This is maybe really bad. Do they have any titles that we want? We could take their tag team titles. I'm not really too fussed about that. Any events? Nah. They don't have a TV show. They don't have a training facility. They don't have a broadcaster. Okay, so we'd have to pay $44,000. I think we do it. I think we can do it. Let's do it. They've been pillaged. We now have 22 popularity in the Southwest. It's our most popular region. We've got 8 in the Mid-South, 3 in the Midwest, 18 in the Northwest, 3 in the Southeast, nothing in Tri-State, Puerto Rico or Hawaii, and 1 in Great Lakes and Mid-Atlantic. Crazy. We've also signed a bunch of new women, so we've brought in the amazing Kong, we've brought in Beth Phoenix, Etsuko Mita, Gami. Who else did we bring in? Lufisto. Nigel McGuinness is now here. Beautiful stuff. How amazing. Right. I'm now going to sim forward to the first show. Oh, yeah, and here. That's just to say they have a financial one day. These people, we're going to get rid of all of them. Their contracts are coming up in less than 30 days now. Vinny Massaro, Miss Natural, JJ Perez, Erica Porter, Tiffany USA, and Chaos. They're all going to go. We don't really have anything for them. Just why keep them around? Yeah, I'm now going to sim forward to the next show. And I will be right back. And we're back. It is Sunday the 19th of March 2006. We are at Showdown in Seattle, which means we're going to have to be heading back to Washington, which means the Idaho venue we've been using isn't going to hit this show. It's not going to take place there. I don't know what I'm saying. Our previous show, we had Sean Davari winning the Emerald Championship. We had Yardi France becoming the number 1 contender. And we also had Sarah Del Rey pinning both April Hunter and Candice LeRae and then calling out for more competition. Yeah, that's it. Let's just get straight into the show. I've got a few little ideas. Of what we're gonna do. We'll give the people who are leaving the night off. So that was JJ Perez is going, Chaos is going, Miss Natural is going. Can I just look at their contract? That's probably the easiest way of doing it, isn't it? So we're in 2006. That's December. These are ongoing contracts, which is maybe not ideal, but that's fine. 3rd of April, so Erica Porter will give the night off to. That is... Nope, Vinny Massaro. That's everyone. And Tiffany. Cool. Yes, we're done. So we're expecting 174 fans. So let's see if there's anywhere in Washington. Okay, we've got the Nooksack School as a backup. It just means that we won't make as much money. Nothing for 400. Anything for 500. A couple in Washington. So I think for an extra $300, it's worth it to get the extra 74 people in the building. So do you want to go the Aberdeen High School? No, that's not where we're going. We either want to go Ellenson, Mount Vernon, Elks Lodge. I like the sound of the Elks Lodge. That sounds sick. So let's go there. We have generated 123 creative energy, so we'll get a creative finish, which is likely to succeed, and another one, which is a big gamble. Maybe we'll just put that on the pre-show. Chris Chetty gave the locker room a boost. Greg Valentine ran safety and basics training for 8 female students and 8 male students. Adam Pearce and Eddie Colon have been hanging out a lot recently. Sarah Del Rey and Christina McGraw have bonded. Yardi France and Scott Lost have bonded. Lovely. You love to see it. Let's do some team bonding as everyone's bonding anyway. Nothing noteworthy came of it, but that's fine. So, last year, we got a 42 rating. Let's get in it. I'm going to book the show, and I will be right back. And we're back. Here is the card. We've got 2 pre-show matches. Adam Pearce taking on Tony Jones, and Scott Lost with Claudio Castagnoli taking on Eddie Colon and Mikey Henderson. We then have the debuting Serena Deeb taking on Sarah Del Rey for the Emerald Women's Championship. We then have some post-match scenes going on there. We then have El Hijo del Chupacabra and Kryptonite taking on B-Boy and Nigel McGuinness. So we're getting all 3 of the people we poached from Iron in just to kind of see how they do. We then have a little promo from Sean Davari before the main event of Yardy France versus Brody Lee. So let's just get into it. These are just some people are being slightly overused and they don't have announcers. That is absolutely fine. This gets a 56. Adam Pearce versus Tony Jones. It is Tony Jones who picks up the win with a holy shoot. 56 rating is very nice. The Big Gamble creative finish was a success. Adam Pearce got a 41 and Tony Jones got a 59, which is actually a really good Adam Pearce performance. We then head into the tag team match where Scott Lost and Claudio Castagnoli pick up the win when Claudio pins Mikey Henderson. This got a 42 again, very good. Claudio got a 38, so he's slowly creeping up there. Scott Lost a 48, which is actually really good. Okay, I need to remember that Scott Lost is very good. Mikey Henderson 39 and Eddie Colon 33. We then head into the opening match of the show, which is a 43, which is actually surprisingly good. And it is Sarah Del Rey who picks up her 16th championship defense over Serena Deeb with a Royal Butterfly. Serena Deeb getting a rating of 18. She is a young lion at the moment, I think. I don't know if I can view her. I can't. So she got an 18. Sarah Del Rey got a 53, but Serena Deeb's Girl Next Door gimmick was adequate, which is pretty good. And the chaos of the match helped hide how badly Serena Deeb was performing, which we love. We then move into some post-match scenes, which get a 38, which isn't too bad. After yet another victory, Del Rey gets on the mic and says that the people backstage must have heard about the new part of New Competition, but have completely forgotten about the competition part. As she goes to leave the ring, she is attacked from behind by 3 masked women who reveal themselves to be Amazing Kong, Etsuko Mita, and Gami. The 3 women stand tall over the beaten Sarah Del Rey. 38 promo, Amazing Kong's monster gimmick was great, Gami's weirdo gimmick was great, and Etsuko Mita's no gimmick needed gimmick was poor, so we're going to have to change that. The women's storyline advanced but lost heat, but hey, that's fine. We then move on to the tag team match, which gets a 45. It is B-Boy and Nigel McGuinness who pick up the win over El Hijo del Chupacabra and Kryptonite, when Nigel McGuinness submitted El Hijo del Chupacabra with the Tower of London, which I'm pretty sure is not a submission move, unless I'm really wrong. Let me know down below. B-Boy was head and shoulders above everyone else. Of course he was. Kryptonite got a 25, El Hijo del Chupacabra got a 27, Nigel McGuinness got 45, which is nice, and B-Boy had a 55. Chupacabra's Mexican werewolf gimmick was great. Kryptonite's old school face gimmick was great. I thought he was a heel. Maybe I did that wrong. Nigel McGuinness, his punk hooligan gimmick was poor. And B-Boy and Nigel McGuinness don't work well as a team. So we finally got some tag team chemistry. It's just negative chemistry, but that's fine. We then move into a Sean Davari promo, which gets a 57. Sean, you are beautiful. Sean Davari comes to the ring to celebrate his title win last month. He says that even though he's celebrating, he is not ignoring his first defense, which he also says, and I forgot to write it down, will happen on the first show of Lightning, EMPW Lightning. He says that he's very glad to be taking on Yardy France as his first defense is already in the bag. He also says that as a champion, he cannot be walking around unprotected, and so introduces the crowd to his new bodyguard, Brody Lee. Brody will face Yardy up next. It's got a 57. Sean Davari worked the crowd well, using the freedom to improvise to his advantage. The Davari is undeniable storyline has started, and the main event gets a 43, which isn't too bad. Not great though, especially since I've just changed the product to main event focus. Probably shouldn't have done that. But it is Yardy France who picks up the win with a shooting star press. Yardi France got a 42. Brody Lee got a 26. The Davari's undeniable storyline lost heap. The creative finish was a success, and they have great chemistry, which is lovely to see. Yardi France seemed off his game with a 42, so that bodes well for the future. We got a 43 overall rating, which is not great, in front of 168 people. Our popularity went up in one region, which is good, and we used Brody Lee far too much, which I know, but I do not care. We will give Sarah Del Rey and Amazing Kong some praise. Sarah Del Rey was pleased. Kong seemed happy. We lost 1,100. We are now $56,811 in debt. But we did go up to 19 popularity, so that's good. Southwest has already dropped to 17. Oh no. How has it already dropped by so much? Okay, well, we're still going to go ahead and put on a show there every month and just keep it rising up at the same. I don't understand why that's happened. If anyone knows, please let me know, because that's not good. Stu Sanders has gone from Noah. That's fine. Why has our size dropped to 17? I don't understand. It's going to be next month that this show happens as well. It's in like 2 weeks, so that's fine. Let's actually just quickly... I've not checked the availability for it yet, so that's fine. Everyone is here. So they're going to be 2 weeks apart. We're going to have shows basically like every two or 3 weeks. Why is there 3 on that night? That doesn't make any sense. Who knows? We'll figure that out later. Yeah, not an ideal start to the episode, I don't think. That wasn't the best episode or the best event we could have put on. But hey, we're only 6 away from getting a TV deal. We're going to still go to the Southwest and hope that we grow there as well. Hopefully we don't start losing loads of money. Finance-wise, we made $1,200 last month. We are going to lose a lot of money this month, obviously. But yeah, we'll see. I'm going to skip forward to the next event, which is Lightning, of course. And I will see you in a second. And we're back on the 2nd of April, ready for the first ever edition of EMPW Lightning. Last month, we lost $42,800. We made a lot more money in sponsors and merchandise. So I think we're going to see how this month goes. If with the extra show we end up just starting to like hemorrhage money, then we'll stop it. And it will have been a waste of everyone's time buying that promotion. But you never know. Maybe it was the best thing ever. I mean, it really wasn't. I don't know why the popularity has dropped so much. We won't give anyone the night off. We are going to go to the Southwest. Yeah, we've got 13 now. Oh, it's almost not even worth doing it. It's almost worth just staying trying to do 2 shows a month in the Northwest. 13. Fuck. Okay, well, look, we've learned something. We've learned that was a waste. We're going to stick in the Northwest. 185 fans. We can drop this back down to 200 because we don't need to be anywhere specific. And we'll go back to the Arco Recreation Hall. Oh, what a waste of time. A safe bet. I didn't even see who that was for. And a near certainty for Claudio. April Hunter made everyone happy. Greg Valentine trained 11 students and then 10 students. And that's everything. Let's pull a little rib. Who isn't very happy? Chris Chetty. We'll pull a minor rib on you. Nothing happened. Great. I'm so annoyed. Claudio and Tony Jones. Okay. Oh, that was such a waste of time. Okay. I'm going to book the show. We'll have the main event of Yardi France versus Sean Davari. Actually, while I'm here, let's put Brody Lee. Can I make you a manager? No, you don't want to be a manager. Can I ask you if you will? Maybe I'll just put them in a stable. Anyway, we'll get onto that. I'll be back in 1 second. And here we are. The show is booked. We've got 2 pre-show matches again. B-Boy teaming up with Tony Jones. I'm trying something out. To take on El Hijo del Chupacabra and Kryptonite. We then have Beth Phoenix, Cheerleader Melissa, and Miss Natural taking on LuFisto, Natty Neidhart, and Serena Deeb. Our opening match of the actual show is the Joshi Warriors taking on Erica Porter, Tiffany, and April Hunter. We then have a promo where the Joshi Warriors arrive. We then have Scott Lost taking on Adam Pearce, and the main event for the Emerald Championship, Yardy France versus Sean Davari. So, it's got a 44 rating. It is Tony Jones picks up the win, pinning El Hijo del Chupacabra. Better performances last time from those two as well. Tony Jones got a 48, B-Boy got a 53. B-Boy and Tony Jones have zero chemistry as partners. That's what I wanted to check, but that's fine. Tony Jones doesn't seem to have chemistry with anyone. But oh well, great chemistry as opponents, not teaming. We then move into the big women's 6-man match, where it is the heel team who pick up the win when Natty Neidhart submits Miss Natural with a sharpshooter. Miss Natural had a 21, Cheerleader and Melissa a 32, Beth Phoenix a 30, Serena Deeb a 17, Natty Neidhart 39, and LuFisto a 28. Just trying to get all the women some reps, get their ratings up a little bit. Natty Neidhart with a 39 actually is really good. So Beth Phoenix just debuting with a 30. Beth Phoenix debuted her badass gimmick and it got adequate. LuFisto debuted her badass gimmick and it got great. So that's nice. We then move into the opening match of the show. Oh, that's not ideal, is it? Okay, got 29. The Joshi Warriors, who are Amazing Con, Etsuko Mita, and Gami, defeated Erica Porter, Tiffany USA, and April Hunter when Amazing Con pinged Tiffany with an awesome bomb. The highest rating in this match was April Hunter, 33, Erica Porter, 27. Gami got 24, Etsuko Mita, 19. They're really unpopular in this region. They were all rusty as well. Okay, that's not too bad then. If we can just kind of beef them up. I want them to be like this really cool incoming force, basically. The women's storyline lost heat, but that's fine. We then have a 28 promo, which is not great, where the Joshi Warriors say that they have been listening from Japan. Sarah Del Rey, if you want a challenge has arrived. The women's title storyline advanced, got a 28. Struggled when going off script, everyone. Etsuko Mita was held up by the language barrier. So my initial thought, right, was Awesome Kong, she's based in Japan, she was big in Japan, she can come over and be like the voice of the two Japanese women. She's got an attribute called silent type, which means that she doesn't talk, which is not ideal. So that kind of ruined that. So I think I'm gonna have to bring in like a mouthpiece for them. We'll have a look after this show and see if there's any managers or anything we can bring in who have ties to Japan and also speak English and are good. That would be nice. We then move into a lovely little match. Scott Lost picks up the win with a sharpshooter, the second sharpshooter win we've seen this evening, against Adam Pearce. Got a 46 rating. Scott Lost had a 47. Adam Pearce had a 36. Lovely stuff. Then into the main event, where in a bout that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Sean Davari defeats Yardy France in 13:35 with a magic carpet ride. They stole the show, and Sean Davari has made defense number 1 of the Emerald Championship. Yardy France got a 43, Sean Davari got a 60, overall's got a 56, which is really nice. The Davari's undeniable storyline advanced and gained heat, got the crowd buzzing. We also had how do you see who's at ring? There we go. Brody Lee at ringside. Again, he's the bodyguard. Not a bad show. 46 for our first one. We used all of the Joshi Warriors way too much. Tiffany USA was also used too much. But we still gained popularity. So that's all that matters, really. Let's give Sean Davari and Scott Lost, actually, some praise, because they both did well. Was very happy, seemed pleased. We lost 856 on this show. I think I was a bit too early. I think I've really messed us up financially. buying out that company when really all we've got from it is 2 luchadors and Nigel McGuinness, I think was maybe a terrible idea. But hey, it's a learning curve. We know now, don't buy any companies until you're at least on TV in that area, or the popularity is just going to go immediately. We've had some departures. Erica Porter, JJ Perez, Miss Natural, and Vinny Massaro have all gone from the company. Our roster was pretty big, and we've got a few more people still to go in the next few days. Yeah, I think we will do New Dawn. I think we'll do New Dawn, and then we'll go to the end of the month. We'll have a quick look at how everyone's popularity and stuff is doing and their skills. Not everyone, but the main sort of people in the company. And then we will make a decision on whether to make Lightning dormant if we're just going to lose loads of money from it, which, based on this, I think we will. Sending 1,700 on workers is crazy. It's the 3 women coming over from Japan. All of them were unemployed. So actually, let's do it now. Let's see if they want to move here. Fingers crossed. I doubt any of them will. But hey, we can ask. Career? Would you like to move? No. Great. That was the wrong button. Would you like to move? No. Sweet. And Gammy, would you like to move? No, you wouldn't. Amazing. Right, I'm going to skip forward to New Dawn, and I'll see you in just a second. And we're back. It is the 16th of April 2006. We're ready for New Dawn, and Etsuko Mita has now decided by herself to move to the Northwest, which we love. Chaos and Tiffany USA have also left the company, which means that this is our roster now. A lovely little roster, I think. We're building it up quite nicely. So far, financially, we're making a very slight profit. So we'll see how it goes at the end of the month. But let's just jump into New Dawn. I don't really know what we're going to do, to be honest. We won't give anyone the night off. We will be we're expecting 198 fans. I think we try and sell out the Arco whatever it's called, the Arco place. Arco Recreation Hall. There we go. 124 creative energy. Likely to succeed, and a safe bet for Sean Davari, which is quite nice. Greg Valentine ran training for 8 women and 8 men. Scott Lost and Christina McGraw have been bonding. Steve Bradley and Kryptonite. Steve Bradley is butting heads with everyone backstage. Let's do some team bonding. Why not? Didn't do anything. Great. So last year we got 49, and the year before we got a 38, and our main event last year was B-Boy defeating Mikey Henderson to retain the championship. I'm going to book the show, and yeah, I'll be right back. And here we are. We've got 2 pre-show matches. Again, the Joshi Warriors taking on the winning team from last show, Natty Neidhart, Serena Deeb, and April Hunter. We then have Sean Davari versus Chris Chetty. Our opening match is then LaFisto versus Sarah Del Rey, followed by a Del Rey promo. That then leads into a Claudio Castagnoli promo, then into Claudio Castagnoli taking on Nigel McGuinness, and then just honestly, I want a good rating. We're having Tony Jones versus B-Boy again. That post bit maybe gives away who wins, but who cares? This gets a 31 rating. The Joshi Warriors pick up the win when Amazing Kong pins Serena Deeb with an awesome bomb. They're already getting better though, 25, 22, and 23. April Hunter gets a 36, Natty Neidhart a 37, and Serena Deeb a 20. Actually, everyone's getting better. Natty Neidhart went down slightly, but you know, what can you do? The Joshi Warriors all still rusty, but hopefully we'll get that away soon. We then move into a lovely little pre-show match. Sean Davari defeating Chris Chetty with a magic carpet ride, gets a 52. Davari getting a 60 rating, which is beautiful. Now, the opening match of the show. Sarah Del Rey does in fact defeat Lou Fisto with a royal butterfly. It was chaotic and full of action. The creative finish was a success, meaning this gets a 52 overall, which is great. Lufisto actually getting a 30 is really good. Sarah Doré makes defense number 17 of the Emerald Women's Championship. 199 people as well, not quite a sellout. Lufisto getting a 30, which is really good. Yeah, all good. We then head into a promo where Sarah Del Rey grabs a mic and says that if the Joshi Warriors weren't cowards, they would answer her challenge. She says to jump her from behind and then not even answer the open challenge is disgraceful, and she expects one of them to be here next month. Do we get a little... Can I do the little thing where it's like, oh, we see... We're turning Sarah Del Rey face as well. So I was hoping there'd be the little, like, you know, the little green thing that's like, oh, they've hinted at a face turn during this segment. I was hoping that would come up, but it didn't for some reason. This gets a 40, and the women's title storyline gained heat, which is lovely. We then head into a Claudio Castagnoli promo. He comes to the ring and says that he wants to get back to winning ways, and he'll start tonight. He then tells Sean Daivari to watch his back. He's coming for the title. This gets a 27, which is pretty good. The Daivari's undeniable storyline lost heat. My cat's just come up to say hello. Hey, Pepsi. We then move into the match, which is much better than the promo. Claudio does pick up the win in just under 18 minutes against Nigel McGuinness with the Gotch neutralizer. Claudio getting a 40, which is his best performance so far. Nigel McGuinness getting a 46, which you love to see. Segment got a 49, which is great. We then move into the main event. 71 rated. Let's go. Tony Jones defeats B-Boy with the Holy Shoot. These two worked together as a tag team last week, had many miscommunications, which is why they asked for this match. I definitely didn't just want the rating, as I said earlier. Tony Jones gets a 56, B-Boy getting a 69, which is great. But it is Tony Jones who picks up the win, and after the match, he stands tall and signals that the belt is coming back around his waist. Lovely show. 59. Amazing. We did increase popularity still, which is what I wasn't sure if having two shows in the same month would mean that we'd like cap out. But that's good to know. Nigel McGuinness was used too much, but that's all right. And we will give Tony Jones and B-Boy some praise because they deserve it, don't they? Tony Jones seemed pleased. They both seemed pleased. We only lost 402 on that show. We didn't go up, but we did gain. So that's all right. Southwest has now dropped to 10. That was just a waste of 40 grand, wasn't it? You know what? We live and we learn. We won't be doing that again, and we are now just heavily in debt. Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite me in the bum. WLW has gone bankrupt. They were based in Missouri. That's okay. These things happen. Right, let's have a quick little... We're down 373 at the moment. We've got about 2 weeks left in the month. We should be getting like another 1,500 from sponsorships. So if we can make like a decent amount of money, then I'll keep this going forward. Merchandise, we are well up, but worker costs were also well up, and show costs... You know, it is what it is. I'm going to skip forward to the 1st of May. We'll then have a little look at... We'll then have a little look at the finances. We'll look at some popularity for some of our major stars, and all that good stuff. So I'll be back in just 1 second. Hello, we're back. Let's take a look at those finances. We made 588, which is good, but is it enough to be sustainable to work off like $55,000 of debt? I think so. I think that's fine because we're getting more popular every time. We're gonna be on TV soon, which is gonna mean our popularity in other places grows, and we make more money on merchandise and stuff like that. So I reckon we keep going with the 2 shows a month, at least for the time being. Kind of like a TV show and then a main show. Maybe I should make it like a lesser event. No, because if it works fine and it's an event, then why mess around with it, you know? So let's take a little look at our roster. Let's have a look. Adam Pearce he's got 38 popularity in the Southwest. Damn. He's gone up a little bit since he's been here, but he's not really been like a mainstay. Also, Amazing Kong has gone from 1 to 5 in the month that she's been here, which is great. April Hunter is pretty popular across the board, actually. Very popular in the tri-state. Which is good. She's very good. I like her a lot. B-Boy, we have got up to 21. He started this time last year. He was at 18. Won the championship, lost the championship, regained a couple points of popularity. Beth Phoenix, we have barely used yet. Brody Lee, he's gone from 7 to 12 in the last year, which is not too bad. Candice LeRae is up at 15. She was 10 this time last year, so that's a nice improvement. Chili to Melissa, we've not really used. Claudio, he's up at 20 now. You love to see that. It was at 13 this point last year, dropped down to 12, and then has been sort of floating around the 20 mark. Eddie Cologne, we've barely used. El Hijo de Chupacabra is up at 10. Etsuko Mita's up at 5 as well. Gammy is at 4. Greg Valentine. Not Chris Chetty. Yardi France is up at 23. He was at 13 this point last year, so he's getting more and more popular. 27 in the Southwest as well. That was another reason why I wanted to buy it. We have a few wrestlers who were pretty popular in the Southwest, so felt like we could have done a good job with that, but it wasn't meant to be. Kryptonite is up to 11. Laz we've used once, I think. Lufisto is up to 5. She was 1 until we brought her back in. Mikey Henderson is at 17. He's been very consistently rated 17. Natty Neidhart is at 11. She's 32 in Alberta. She was 7 this time last year. I think, obviously, Natty Neidhart's got a big future. That goes without saying. But I think she can be really good for us. Nigel McGuinness is 7, but he was 4 this time last year. He's popped up since he's come into the company. Sarah Del Rey is at 23. She was 14 this time last year. You love to see it. Scott Lost is up to 15, and we've barely used him. He came in and he was 9 or 10. He got a big win. Pushed him up by 5 points. Serena Deeb, we've only just signed. Sean Davari, here we go, 24. How are you looking? You were 11 this time last year. 24 around the time he won the title. Lovely. I'm really enjoying Sean Davari. I think he is great. And he's only 22. Steve Bradley is at 12. He's gone up from 4, which is actually a really big increase. And Tony Jones, 24, up from 13 this time last year. You love to see it. If we can just do a quick track progress on skills, we'll just do this on a couple. Actually, I don't think we'll do it on Sarah Del Rey. She's 25. Has she gone up? She's gone up a little bit. I mean, you can see for yourself. I don't need to read them all out. But yeah, she is great. Psychology's gone up by 4, which is lovely. Experience up by 3. Those have all kind of stayed this. Her charisma's gone up a little bit. Actually, most of those have gone up a little bit. Basics now up to 83. Consistency 75 is amazing anyway. And yeah, she's great. Her stamina's actually gone down since we've been in business, but that's okay. Let's have a little look at B-Boy as well. He's only 27, so he's gone up 6 in brawling. You love to see it. Just like what a guy. Up 7 in psychology, up 5 in experience, up 6 in reputation. Charisma, mic skills, acting, all going up as well. All of those have stayed exactly the same. He's fundamental and he's not changing that. All of those have stayed the same as well. Let's have a little look at Claudio as well. Only 25. Brawling's gone up a little bit. Puro's gone up a little bit. Everything going up a smidge. Psychology up by 2. Experience has taken a big jump actually. Which you love to see. Reputation gone up a little bit too. Mic skills very slightly improving. Basics improving. Selling. Consistency improving. And safety. You love to see that. Just what a man's stamina. Ooh, 84 stamina. That man can go. Anyone else that we want to look at? I don't think so. I think that'll do it. But if there is anyone else you want to see a breakdown of, just let me know in the comments. We will be back. The next episode we will do probably Shockwave and Hotter Than Hell as well as the two Lightnings. And then hopefully that would be 4 shows. So we might just be off a TV deal. We might be able to get a TV deal in the episode afterwards. I'm sure that lots of you are frustrated that I bought that company at the beginning of the episode. I didn't think the popularity would drop off that quickly. I knew it would drop off, which is why I was like, we'll do the Lightning shows there. Did not think it would go that quickly. But hey, we've learnt. We live and we learn. That's fine. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed the episode, please like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Leave me a comment if there's any people you want to see a breakdown of their popularity or their stat growth, anything like that. I hope you're all having a lovely day. Bye.